Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class of 2025. Please welcome deans and representatives from Drexel's colleges and schools. Graduates are encouraged to recognize your college or school as each enters. College of Arts and Sciences, led by Dean David Brown. School of Biomedical Engineering, Science, and Health Systems, led by Dean and Distinguished University Professor Paul Brandt Ralph. Bennett S. LeBeau, College of Business, led by Dean and R. John Chappell Jr., Dean's Chair, Vabas Madan. College of Computing and Informatics, led by Interim Dean Ali Shakafunde. School of Education, led by Interim Dean Arutus Foster. College of Engineering, led by Interim Dean and E. Warren Kohauer Chair, Kapil Dandekar. Charles D. Close School of Entrepreneurship, led by Dean and Silverman Family Professor of Entrepreneurial Leadership, Donna DeCarolis. Thomas R. Klein School of Law, led by Dean Daniel Filler. College of Medicine, led by Walter H. and Leonore Annenberg, Dean and Senior Vice President of Medical Affairs, Charles Carnes. Dana and David Dornsife School of Public Health, led by Dana and David Dornsife, Dean Gina Lavasi. Custom designed majors, C.R. Chuck and Annette Pannoni Honors College, led by Dean Neville Vacoria. Antoinette Westfall College of Media Arts and Design, led by Dean Jason Schubach. College of Nursing and Health Professions, led by Dean Emily Roper. Richard C. Goodwin College of Professional Studies, led by Associate Dean and Executive Director Brian Ellis. Please direct your attention to the third base side of the park and welcome members of the stage party. Please rise and remove your hats for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
Please be seated and remain seated for the duration of the ceremony. Please welcome Dr. Subir Sahu, Senior Vice President of Student Success.
To the class of 2025, you did it! Welcome to Citizens Bank Park. And Dragons, welcome to this special moment, your moment. As the Senior Vice President for Student Success, it was my distinct privilege to be among the first to welcome and introduce you to the Drexel University community. Today, I am equally honored to be the first to offer my heartfelt congratulations as each of you reach this extraordinary milestone, your graduation. This is a time of true celebration. Enjoy it. The countless hours you have devoted to your studies, the resilience you have shown, and the commitment you have made to your education have brought you to this day. Alongside your family, friends, and all of us here on stage, I commend you on this remarkable achievement. This ceremony is a tribute to your dedication, and I hope you embrace each moment with joy and pride. As you listen to today's distinguished speakers, I encourage you to reflect on the journey that led you here, the challenges you faced, the growth you experienced, and the memories you created. And when the time comes to turn your tassel, know that you are not just concluding a chapter, you are stepping forward as a proud alum, having fully earned that distinction. It is something you will carry forever as a Drexel Dragon. We are immensely proud of you and deeply grateful for all that you have contributed to our university. Congratulations and best wishes to the future ahead.
Please welcome the interim president of Drexel University, Dennis O'Brien.
Hello and welcome. Congratulations to our incredible class of 2025. It is a pleasure to celebrate all together at the iconic Citizens Bank Park. I am Dennis O'Brien, and I've had the honor as serving as the interim president this past academic year. I am thrilled to say that Drexel's 16th president, Antonio Merlot, who will begin his duties in July, is on stage with us today. Let's give him a big Dragon family applause. And let's hear it for our amazing graduates, as well as family members, friends, faculty, professional staff, all that are in the stands, and everyone online. Thank you for all being here today. This support system is truly unmatched. If you told me 40 years ago, when I was taking night classes at LeBeau, chugging along in my full-time job while taking an MBA at night, if you told me I would be up here, I would never have believed you. So take it from me, with a Drexel degree in hand, the future is limitless. We joyously gather this evening to celebrate not just an important milestone in your lives, but a journey, a several-year journey shaped by long hours in the classroom and late nights in the library, as well as experience in the field, at co-ops and internships, at the studio, at the lab, in the neighborhood, at the hospital, at the nonprofit, and at the startup. Because you chose Drexel, where you had the opportunity to have an experiential education, you are well equipped for the real world, mainly because you were already in it. You have already begun making your mark. And now, as you prepare to leave this campus, though I encourage you to come back often, know that you are not stepping away from experiential learning. You are stepping into the next chapter. But before we look ahead too far, let's take a moment to reflect. How did we get here today? No, I don't mean via SEPTA or rideshare. What has your higher education journey looked like? Chances are it took courage, it took grit, it took overcoming obstacles and facing challenges head on. Most of you probably started here at Drexel in the shadows of the pandemic. It was a time marked by keeping our distance, staying apart, avoiding social events. It was an uncertain time and sometimes painful. Plans came to an abrupt halt. We all grappled with the new norm. But you, all of you, seized the moment. You found the opportunity in adversity, and you are here today. Soak it in. Some of you wrote application essays about how you dealt with the pandemic. You managed food banks during lockdowns. You volunteered to aid your community. And some of you had a very bewildering campus move-in experience. It was delayed or disjointed. And at times like this, it felt unfair. But you managed to see the good. You chose how you responded to the moment. In time, you felt the joy of finally learning in a college classroom together. The joy of your first day of in-person work for a co-op or on your internship. The joy of having an aha moment in science lab with your professor. The joy of attending your first meeting for a club, or the joy of stepping onto the stage at the theater. The joy of taking a subway to a different neighborhood in the city for maybe the first time. And yes, the joy of going to your first college party. You thoughtfully designed water sanitation systems. You've used your creativity to beautify spaces in Philadelphia, and you've made your very own campus cleaner and greener. You assisted faculty who are leading the charge in research surrounding artificial intelligence, healthcare, autism, functional fabrics, legal ethics, environmental science, and nanomaterials. You have made this university, this city, and this world better. A.J. Drexel, the founder of our great university, said, "An education should not only be good, but good for something. You have proven time and again that your education is good for something, for many things, for building, for healing, for leading, and for changing lives. So when today's hustle and bustle ends and tomorrow comes, remember, life in its complex glory is experiential learning. The journey will challenge you to your core, but you will also fill you with purpose and inner strength. You have put in the work, earned the credibility, and proven your resilience and determination. Now you are ready to turn the page and step into the next chapter with confidence. This pride that you feel today, always remember it. All of the experiences that you have confronted in the past years, carry them forward. And this community that helped you get here, keep it close. Graduates, we are incredibly proud of all that you have accomplished. Today is a celebration of your hard work and perseverance. Savor every moment. You have earned it. Congratulations.
Please welcome Dr. Paul Jensen, Executive Vice President, Nina Henderson Provost, and University Professor of Drexel University.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to the extraordinary class of 2025. Give it up. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to recognize some important members of our community. To the active duty service members and veterans joining us today, welcome and thank you for your service. And to Dr. Kevin Owens, Chair of the Faculty Senate. Kevin, would you please stand? Your leadership and commitment to both our faculty and our students has made a deep and lasting impact. Thank you. Let me also offer a heartfelt thank you to our faculty. Your dedication, your teaching, and your mentorship have helped shape the journeys of every graduate here today. We celebrate your role in this moment as well. And now, to the reason we're all here today, the class of 2025. In my experience, many graduates don't realize just how much they have grown until they look back and connect the dots. But that growth is real and profound. It happened during late nights of studying, in the midst of co-op workdays, over conversations in class that changed your mind or opened it. You've taken on challenges, built relationships, navigated setbacks, and discovered new strengths. What you've achieved here is your own. It's not a gift we've given you. It's the result of your work, your persistence, your questions, and your courage. Today is a milestone, not just for what you've finished, but for everything you're about to begin. You're entering a world that is constantly shifting. Technologies are evolving, economies are being reshaped, and politics and society are in flux. It can feel nebulous and uncertain, but in that uncertain space is an opportunity for you to build, to shape, to question, and to create something better. Let's not pretend you haven't been part of the real world throughout your college experience. You've learned how to find your footing in the midst of complexity, how to stay grounded, ask the right questions, and move forward with purpose. You've expanded your capacity to lead, to collaborate, and to adapt when the path takes an unexpected turn. Just as you have evolved, so has this university. You've challenged us to be better, to think differently, to expand our deep connections to the organizations and communities we serve to ensure Drexel remains at the forefront. We'll be proud to welcome you back as alumni, to show you the impact you've had here, and prouder still to watch all the ways you'll shape the world for the better. This moment doesn't demand perfection. It asks for curiosity, for hard work, and for the willingness to keep learning from those around you. And don't forget that your voice, your values, your story can make a difference for others too. These are skills you've practiced every day here. The future you are stepping into is waiting for the unique contributions that only you can make. Congratulations, graduates, and go Dragons!
Please welcome Anil Kumar, Executive Vice President of the Graduate Student Association, who will address us on behalf of the class of 2025.
Well, gotta acknowledge this is a hard evening. Well, greetings, President O'Brien, incoming President, Dr. Mello, Board of Trustees, administration, members of the faculty, proud families, and most importantly, graduating dragons of class of 2025. How are we doing? My name is Anil Kumar Karappa, and I am a Master of Science graduate in cybersecurity. Well, it's a nerdy but fun stuff in there. Like all of you, I've assumed multiple roles, responsibilities, and relationships here in Drexel and in life. A son to my beloved parents, an annoying brother to my lovely younger sister and cousins, a best friend to my girl and love of my life, a student, like most of you all, who also happen to have served on a student governing body called the Graduate Student Association with a group of incredible people, and hand to my heart, a friend to many. Ooh, I can feel my heart thumping out. Looking back, just under 2 years ago, I came to this great nation in pursuit of dreams and goals from my home and motherland, India. I remember applying to Drexel, and of all the amazing things the school has to offer, one thing stood out to me the most. It's our mascot, Mario the Magnificent Dragon. Honestly, I feel like winning the odds of challenging anyone to show me a better school mascot, especially ones compared to that of our neighbors. Further, I was born in the year 2000. I say this because it is considered the era of dragons, and I distinctly remember this from a conversation I had with my aunt my lovely and incredible mom's younger sister. At a very young age, while watching a cartoon, she told me, "Did you know that 2000 is the year of dragons?" And it stuck with me for some reason. And now, with all those cues and the fact that we are graduating from Drexel, I can probably acknowledge that I am a dragon and that we all are forever dragons. Speaking of my aunt, I want to thank her for always being there for me and her family and all the wonderful guests up here. It's really incredible that you took time off to be here today to celebrate this addressing. It means a lot, really. Well, likewise, I'm sure we all have many such incredible supporters. It could be our grandparents, parents, teachers, professors, confused siblings, aunts, uncles, guardians, and most importantly, our friends who have stood by us on this journey called life. So if there is one thing I would ask of you today, it's this. Cherish those incredible moments you get to spend with them. I repeat, cherish those lingering moments you get to spend with your loved ones. Because life as we know is very unpredictable. And I say this because my friends and I at GSA recently experienced a heartbreaking loss of a true friend and a wonderful leader, Ash Karale, who has served as a graduate student body president and who, during his time, created numerous positive impacts through his advocacy. We miss him. I miss him. And I can humbly say that he will always remain in our thoughts and the service GSA does to continue his legacy. Further, this reflects and shows that life is very uncertain and unprecedented. It is inevitable that many of us at some point would have experienced loss, some sort of sacrifice, or endured hardships. But what defines us is how we have navigated through them and emerged stronger. And navigating challenges is not something new to us. I say this because most of us have been through a global pandemic, seen AI take over, or help us do assignments and write emails in hindsight. And we have seen our very own Jason Best bring a gold medal home. And experiencing administrative change and all the shenanigans and drama along with it. Well, if you haven't had your daily reminder yet, the Eagles won the Super Bowl 59. Go Birds! And now we are graduating. It's been a path, our path, filled with highs and lows. L-E-S, go Eagles! Yes, it's been a path, our path, filled with highs and lows, but we found a way to navigate it. So with that, class of 2025, I encourage you to give yourself some proud, firm pats on your shoulders because we freaking did it. I may be nervous, but I'm excited for what's next. I sure don't know you are too. So congratulations and cheers. Go Dragons and fly high.
Please welcome Katie Merconis, Vice President of the Undergraduate Student Government Association, who is graduating today from the College of Arts and Sciences. Katie will address us on behalf of the class of 2025.
Hello. To the members of the Board of Trustees, Interim President O'Brien, Incoming President Merlot, Dr. Subir Sahu, Dr. Katie Simlinsky, friends, families, and guests. Welcome to Commencement and congratulations, Class of 25. I am incredibly honored to be speaking to you all today on behalf of the undergraduate student government as your previous student body vice president. As we wrap up one incredible journey, I first need to start off by thanking the people who got me here. Mom, for all your love and support, and Dad, for always being my loudest cheerleader, and my sister, who has taught me resilience and passion. To Drexel's class of 25. I struggled with writing this speech because as much as I want to say before we embark on this journey into the workforce, blah, 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 we've already had real work experience. So instead, good luck on picking what's for dinner every night, paying your bills, trying to go to the gym regularly, having a bedtime, and the other nuances of being a real adult. We've already overcome a variety of unique challenges on our way here, whether that was mental, economic, social, or whatever. But on top of all that, we completed a degree or two. From making it through COVID to conquering the Drexel quarter system, I can say confidently, there isn't much, if anything, this class cannot do. And I am super excited to see what everyone's next chapter looks like. We've already made such a mark on this society, either through our political activism, community engagement, or even research contributions, despite it being early in our careers. Time will only tell how we changed the world. Despite what people may say about us being naive, stubborn, or dreamers, may we one day be the ones who see true peace and equality. But until then, go birds, cheers to being forever dragons, and roll drags.
Ladies and gentlemen, Interim President O'Brien will now confer the university's honorary degree. Dr. Elizabeth Van Boxdale, Chief Strategy Officer, Senior Vice Provost for Graduate Studies, and Dean of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences and Professional Studies, will read bios for our honorary degree recipient.
As a symbol of our high esteem, it is the privilege of the university to confer an honorary degree today upon an individual whose merits recognition. Dr. Van Boxtel will now present our honorary degree recipient.
Richard Greenewalt, a 1966 College of Engineering alumnus, served admirably on Drexel's Board of Trustees for 30 years, with the last 17 of those years as chair. He has long been an advocate for our beloved institution, and his stable leadership throughout the years has helped transform our university into the powerhouse it is today. Mr. Greenewalt spent much of his career as an executive of Citibank, president of Transamerica Financial and Advanta Corporation, plus CEO of Arcadia Financial. He was newly serving as board chair when President Konstantin Papadakis tragically died from cancer in 2009. Mr. Greenewalt painstakingly led the year-and-a-half-long search for Drexel's 14th president, ultimately hiring John Fry. Mr. Greenewalt and former President Fry would go on to form a complementary partnership, one that helped grow the university and its endowment, while guiding Drexel through obstacles ranging from the closure of the College of Medicine's teaching hospital to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Greenewalt has received numerous awards, including the Anthony J. Drexel Paul Award, the Golden Dragon Award, and he has been inducted into the Drexel 100, which recognizes and honors our most outstanding alumni who have made significant contributions to the university and society. Mr. Greenewalt and his wife Peggy, also a dear friend to Drexel, have contributed to numerous student scholarship funds and to new spaces and places on campus, and have always made it their mission to ensure every student, no matter their background, has an opportunity to experience a quality education. Mr. Greenewalt has also had a major impact on our city, serving in various leadership and philanthropic capacities at the Franklin Institute and the Free Library of Philadelphia Foundation. There is no doubt about it. Drexel looks much different than it did 2 decades ago. We are more attractive than ever before to students, faculty, and professional staff from around the world, and that's in large part thanks to the many years of steady leadership Mr. Greenewalt has provided. It is for all these reasons and more we recognize and honor Mr. Greenewalt today. Congratulations, Dr. Greenewalt.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon Richard Greenewalt the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Looks good. Okay, good job.
Congratulations, Dr. Greenewalt. Graduates, it is my pleasure and great honor to present 2-time Olympian, Olympic gold medalist, and investment banker, Justin Best. I want to offer a special commencement welcome to Justin, as he was not able to attend his special day in 2020 due to the pandemic. Justin, we are so happy that you were able to celebrate with us today. As a graduate of LeBeau College of Business, Justin represented Team USA as a rower in 2 Olympic Games. His first appearance came as a member of the men's 8 at the pandemic-delayed 2020 Summer Olympics, where the team delivered a strong performance, finishing just shy of the podium in 4th place. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, Justin and his teammates achieved a historic victory in the men's 4, capturing the first gold medal in that event for Team USA in 64 years. During his time at Drexel, Justin competed in both the men's 4 and 8, contributing significantly to the success of the university's rowing program. He played a key role in securing multiple victories, including 3 straight overall titles at the prestigious Dadvale Regatta on the Schuylkill River, as well as the varsity men's 8 first ever win at the Henley Royal Regatta. In his first year as a Dragon, he helped the team reach its highest ever ranking in the national polls, and during his 3rd year, guided the men's varsity 4 to the grand final of the IRA National Championships. Justin's winning trajectory began early, earning selections to the under-23 national team in both 2018 and 2019, where he competed in the men's 8. In 2018, he and his crew captured the U23 World Championship title with a time of 5 minutes, 22.48 seconds for 2,000 meters, a record that still stands today. Justin is the epitome of resilience. His journey is a powerful reminder of the impact of determination, resilience, and passion. Now, please turn your attention to the Jumbotron for a short video as I call our distinguished commencement speaker, the one and only Justin Vest, to address our graduates.
Good evening, Dragons. There we go. First, I want to thank Interim President Dennis O'Brien, the Chairman of Board of Trustees, Mark Laurie, Vice President of Student Success, Subir Sahu. I want to take a moment and thank the distinguished faculty, the entire administration, for inviting me to share in this moment with you. To the families, friends, and loved ones that filled these stands, your sacrifices and support made this day possible for these graduates. Thank you. And to the class of 2025, congratulations. You've earned your place in the stadium. And how about this ballpark? I remember when I was a kid growing up, watching Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, Shane Victorino, Chase Utley, Cole Hamels, and the rest of the 2008 team in the season leading up to becoming world champions. A place like this is fitting for a moment of celebration such as this commencement. For those of you who don't know me, I'm just a kid from northern Delaware who found his way to Pennsylvania, who in high school rowed and was recruited to row on the Schuylkill River for the Dragons. As mentioned, I graduated in the class of 2019, and let me tell you, in just 6 short years, so much has changed. When I was here, the Schuylkill Yards was just a dream on a piece of paper. 3201 Cuthbert Street used to be a spot where rec soccer games and Greek Week events took place. Calhoun Hall existed, and the Birds had only won 1 Super Bowl. But the real kicker, a halal truck lamb over rice platter with a soda outside of the library was just $5. And they had just started accepting Venmo. Now, I'm not going to stand here and pretend I have got decades of wisdom to share. I don't have answers to all of life's most pressing questions. However, experience isn't only measured in years. I've been living, learning, and growing through real-life lessons like all of you. As mentioned, people tell graduates, welcome to the real world, and I've always fundamentally disagreed with that statement. You've always been in the real world. All of the knowledge that you have, the classmates and professors you've met, all of the all-nighters in the library, every exam, every small victory, that was all in the real world. You've been living in it. This is real. But I do know something about chasing a dream that terrifies you. I know about sacrifice. I know about working until your hands bleed and then having to continue to work harder. 6 years feels like yesterday, but at the same time, it feels like a lifetime. I finished my last exam in main building and drove through the December fog, packed my bags for the Bay Area, all in hopes to make the Tokyo Olympics. I've lived a million moments since then, but it wasn't until Paris I understood something that I believe is essential to life. Picture this: Paris Olympic finals, 250 meters from the finish line. The crowd was deafeningly loud, New Zealand bearing down on us. My lungs were screaming, my legs were full of lactate, but I knew we were going to win in that moment. I remember thinking to myself, remember this, remember this, remember this. I was all of a sudden acutely aware, crystalline presence. Every stroke taken to the end, every deep breath, my roughly 200 beats per minute heart rate, I was fully aware, completely there. Right now, I want you to do something with me. It's an exercise in becoming intentionally present. Breathe for 3 seconds, you breathe in, and then you hold for 3 seconds, and then you exhale. Do it with me, I'll call it out. Close your eyes. Breathe in, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Now open your eyes. Look to your left, look to your right. See the faces around you. Feel the heat of this June lovely day in Philadelphia. Remember this. You've earned it. Do not let it slip away with time. Remember this, remember this, remember this. Now, I stand before you for many reasons, but the base of all of those reasons is a goal I set and obsessed over for years. You must set out to achieve an idea, a goal, or a pursuit that scares the hell out of you. I found rowing in high school. I watched the London 2012 race replays hundreds of times in my family's computer room. I was inspired by the class and caliber of those athletes. And around sophomore year, I decided I want to be an Olympian. But deeper, scarier, way in the back of my head, I barely whispered it to myself. I want to be an Olympic gold medalist. And when I was being recruited, I explained my goals to a coach from another university, and he told me I should manage my ambition. And that double confirmed to me that this was the right goal to run towards. That skill, setting a terrifying goal, can transfer to anything in life. Entrepreneurs launching startups that could fail, doctors, nurses, researchers, medical professionals pushing the boundaries of healthcare for a better world. Teachers transforming lives, from elementary school to universities. Artists and designers reshaping the world in the lens that we look at it through. Engineers transforming challenging problems into tangible solutions. Any profession can set Olympic-level goals. It should scare you. Good. Fear of the outcome means it matters. The magnitude of the goal is what makes you get out of bed when it's cold, dark, and everything hurts. Now, I was a business and engineering major here. It might not be a surprise, but when you're sitting and analyzing a 3-statement operating model of a SaaS company as an investment banker, you tend not to retain the more nuanced physics equations. But the one equation I have retained is work. Work is equals to force times distance. I've taken the liberty to derive a few of inputs of this equation to make it more broadly applicable to life. In life, distance is time. Unfortunately, we cannot create a constant for time, and everyone has a different amount. Your mental approach to this should be that it is scarce, and it should not weight the equation by assuming you have more time than you do. Force, however, is a variable that you can manipulate. Force is a function of discipline multiplied by repeated action. That repeated action is the activity that you take to accomplish your goal. That's where this equation gets very hard. You have to build conviction by consistently following your personal code of discipline and repeating it until it becomes unshakable. Are early morning wake-ups hard? Yes, absolutely. Were early mornings critical to get the calmest water and allow me to work a normal day job? Also, yes, absolutely. The adherence to items that get you closer to the bigger goal compounds as you repeat the action over and over again. And then ultimately, that gets multiplied by the time you have put into it. That's what makes work equal to force times distance hard. The reason it's called hard work. Today, you celebrate the work that you've done, the credits earned, the degrees achieved. But this isn't the finish line. It gets harder from here, and you have to be comfortable with that equation ratcheting up. The world is noisy. People will tell you about AI taking jobs, economic uncertainty, about all the reasons you should play it safe or need to be fearful. Drown them out. It has never been easier to work extremely hard towards something. Technology has connected us. Collaboration is nearly instant. The path to achievement across discipline is clearer than ever. But you must be willing to push beyond what you believe is possible and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Now let me tell you about failure. In Tokyo 2020, as mentioned, we missed bronze by 1.08 seconds and gold by 2.11. After years of 5 a.m. alarms, torn hands, absolute dedication, that work formula was seemingly maximized, and we still came up short. You think you deserve success because of the hard work that you've done. The universe doesn't care about deserve. Failure will find you. It will shock you. It will make you question the pursuit of your goal. Do not fear it. Do your best to avoid it, yes, but learn from it when it happens. Own it. Look in the mirror and ask, what will I do differently as a result of this? Don't blame circumstances and don't point fingers. You didn't set those goals because they were easy. When failures come, and it will come, hold your conviction tighter. This brings me right to my next point. Nobody achieves greatness alone. Nobody. Your support system is what propels you beyond where you could have gotten yourself. Some of you have family and have been given a support system by default. Others have built theirs from nothing. You've created it yourselves through engaging in the communities that brought you to Drexel and the ones on campus that you are graduating from. My support system. I had my parents and older brother who never wavered in their support of my goal, and they were there for me in my darkest moments. My fiance supported me every single minute since we met and committed to doing so the rest of our lives. But rowing taught me the ultimate lesson about support. Your teammates and the people who are there with you in your endeavor aren't just your support, they're your strength multiplied. My fellow oarsmen, Liam, Michael, and Nick, we all sat down and agreed. Our goal was simple to say out loud, but we acknowledged it was going to be more difficult than anything any of us had done in our lives so far. But we committed. Committed to each other, every day, no excuses. Flash forward again to the Paris finals. There was 350 meters to go at this point. We had led for 1,500 meters, but New Zealand was charging back into us, and their bow ball was closing the gap. All four of us could feel the momentum shifting. But then Liam screamed one word, red. In that moment, all of us understood what it meant. Michael had brought it from the crew in Tokyo to our crew. The word meant put everything you have on the oar. No reserves, no holding back. See red. And we could execute that because we absolutely knew, every other man in that boat was going to do the same thing. Even as my vision started to fade from the exertion, I heard Nick screaming, "I got you." Our speed surged, and we pulled away again. We won by 0.85 seconds. That's what your support system does. They make you stronger than you could have ever been alone so that you can push yourself further than you ever thought you could. Fighting for a dream alone is like not fighting for one at all. Let me leave you with the story of the bison, a story a mentor of mine recently passed along to me. When a storm approaches, cows and bison both sense them coming. The cows run away, trying to escape, but running from the storm only keeps you in it longer. The suffering extends and the damage multiplies. The bison charge straight into the storm. It seems insane. Every instinct should be screaming to run away, but by facing it head on, the bison gets through it faster. The pain is intense but brief. And on the other side, clear skies. Many people tend to lead towards the cow's approach. We run from adversity, discomfort, from the hard conversations and the even harder choices. We think we're protecting ourselves, but we're just prolonging the pain. Face it, fight through it, learn from it, and emerge stronger. Be the bison. When you see the storm coming, and there will be storms, lower your head and charge. But remember, even bison need their herd. Whatever storms you face, you don't face them alone. You stand together, charge together, and emerge together. Class of 2025, there's a lot of noise out there. Negativity, uncertainty, fear. But I believe, I know, that if you leave the stadium ready to charge into the storm, if you stay fiercely present in every moment that counts, if you set goals that terrify you, if you work harder than you've ever worked and then go beyond and work harder still, if you embrace failure as your teacher, not your master, if you hold tight to your support system, you will not just succeed, you will make an impact on this world. The question isn't whether you're capable. You've already proven that by being here. The question is, will you? Will you be the cow or will you be the bison? Will you manage your ambition or will you unleash it? Will you play it safe or will you chase what scares you? The choice is yours. Thank you again for this honor. Now go ahead and show the world that dragons are real. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
Justin, on behalf of everyone at Drexel, I want to thank you for your powerful and inspirational remarks. Thank you. Let's hear it for Justin.
Interim President O'Brien will now confer the university's degrees. As I announce your college or school, please rise and remain standing until all colleges and schools have been announced and Interim President O'Brien confers all degrees. The candidates for degrees in the C.R. Chuck and Annette Pannoni Honors College. The candidates for degrees in the Charles D. Close School of Entrepreneurship. The candidates for degrees in the Richard C. Goodwin College of Professional Studies. The candidates for degrees in the Dana and David Dornsife School of Public Health. The candidates for degrees in the School of Biomedical Engineering, Science, and Health Systems. The candidates for degrees in the School of Education. The candidates for degrees in the Thomas R. Klein School of Law. the candidates for degrees in the College of Medicine, the candidates for degrees in the College of Computing and Informatics, the candidates for degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences, the candidates for degrees in the Antoinette Westphal College of Media Arts and Design, the candidates for degrees in the College of Nursing and Health Professions, the candidates for degrees in the College of Engineering, and the candidates for degrees in the Bennett S. LeBeau College of Business.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to our candidates. Graduates.
Congratulations to all the 2025 Drexel University graduates.
A few final words. Staging a ceremony of this complexity and scale at a major league ballpark takes an enormous amount of planning, coordination, cooperation, and hard work by so many people. I want to thank the Philadelphia Phillies organization, our partner in planning and hosting this university's commencement at Citizens Bank Park. We are also grateful to all of the volunteers, ground crews, ushers, and everyone on Drexel's student success, alumni relations, and event planning teams. You have hit it out of the park. Let's hear it for them. And finally, let me thank the beloved public address voice of the Phillies, Dan Baker, for serving as our Master of Ceremonies today. Let's hear it for Dan. Finally, we have one more tradition to make graduation official. I invite our graduates to turn their tassels from right to left on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Please turn your tassels. Now, I declare this commencement of Drexel University to be officially adjourned. Best wishes to all of our graduates. You now join the esteemed ranks of over 185,000 plus alumni across the globe. As we part our ways in the tradition of exiting the ballpark after a winning game from our Fighting Phillies, please join us in singing High Hopes. Have a great evening. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Did it. I think they graduated.
They did.
There you go.
Official.
Congratulations, Drexel University, class of 2025.
But one thing you have to remember is, when you are down, lift your head off the ground, there's a lot to be learned. So look around. Once there was a silly old ant, thought he'd move a rubber tree plant. Anyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he had